All right, good morning and welcome to this active flow and breathwork class. My name is Brian, and I am, as always, delighted to be here with you this morning for this exploration of breathing mindfully and fully and moving gently and kindly in order to be able to rest deeply. And so we'll be here in this particular class this morning for about 45 minutes. We're going to do some breath work to get ourselves going. We're going to do some movement to get ourselves to move that energy that we that we liberate and enliven through the breath work. We're going to move our body a little bit to get that moving through the body, and then we'll allow ourselves that moment of rest and integration and healing. As always, remember, it is your practice. So while I will offer and suggest and invite you to join me in some things from over here, ultimately you are in the privacy of your own space by design. And the only requirement for you is to be present and to breathe. Everything else is an option, a suggestion, an invitation, an offering. And as always, I'll remind you of our first guiding principle, which is support precedes action. So please ensure that in all of your time here, you are utilizing your full supports, blocks, straps, bolsters, blankets, eye shades, chairs, tissues, anything that will help you and support you in your practice. Please have it available, and then please avail yourself of it as we go through the practice. Come out of any posture at any time, take any alternate posture at any time, modify as you need to, stop when you have to, whenever you lose the thread of the breath, whenever you get away from being calm and steady and focused on the breath, and then stop and just reconnect and then rejoin. All right, enough talk. Let us practice here. So let us begin by finding a grounded, supported posture. So we'll find supports. Support preceding action. Find your supports. Come into a supported posture, whatever that looks like to you, whatever that feels like to you, whatever form that takes for you. Take a moment to bring yourself into that. And come into this place and come into this space. And then begin to come into the present moment. And we come into the present moment by coming into the breath. So find your inhale as it appears underneath your nasal passages. And begin to breathe in and out through the nostrils, following your inhalation into your body, wherever it may go, without stress, strain, or exertion. No need to exert, no need to overdo. You are here, you've made it. There's nowhere else you need to be. There's nothing else you need to do. Just breathe in through the nostrils and then breathe out through the nostrils. And then hold your awareness on that breath cycle so that as you breathe in on the inhale, you may feel the immanence, the presence, the life force, the prana that comes with the inhalation. And hold your awareness there so that you might feel on the exhale what it is like to release entirely, what it is like to let go completely, what it is like to surrender to whatever is no longer needed, letting it leave the body fully. And just sit with your breath for a moment. Allow everything else to slip away. This is our practice. Can we be present, supported in the present moment, focused on our breath, and allow ourselves to be calm and steady? And on your next inhale, I invite you to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space, and to allow to arise in your heart space a sense of gratitude. Any one thing for which you are grateful. Maybe for you today, it's just the possibility of gratitude. And whatever arises for you when gratitude is called forth, I invite you to see that clearly in your mind's eye and to anchor your gratitude in your heart space and to allow it to be held there for the entirety of your practice today. Practice in gratitude today. And if you choose here this morning, I'll invite you now to set an intention for your practice, perhaps a simple intention to just keep your gratitude anchored or to just be right there with each inhale. And whatever your intention might be, I invite you now to state it to yourself. Hear yourself in your mind's ear as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice, as if it is already done. And listening for the echoes of your intention, I invite you to take a full inhale. And as you exhale, if you choose to, allow your chin to drop towards your grateful and intentional heart. And if you'd like to offer a benediction to seal your intention, please do so. As I say, Namo Namaste. And then lift your chin, release your hands. Make an adjustment as you need to your seat in order to be able to be supported in our breath. We're going to begin with a breath, a very simple breath. We're going to take 16 breaths together. We're going to breathe in through the nostrils in a full, complete inhale. And then we're going to breathe out through the mouth. So we'll make a rounding of the mouth, little exhale. And we're going to continue to breathe in through the nostril, but on the exhale through the mouth, we're going to continue to break that exhale up by adding a part each time. So we'll begin by a full exhale one time, and then the next exhale, we'll break it into 2 parts. The next exhale, we'll break into 3 parts, and so on. Excuse me. And so on and so forth until we get through 8 parts. And then we'll flip. We'll begin to breathe in through the mouth, and we'll breathe out through the nose. And then we'll continue on the exhale to break the exhale through the nose up into 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 5. Don't overthink it. It's very simple. You'll grasp it, right? So find your supported posture. Root down, lengthen through the spine, elongate the spine, align the vertebra of the spine. Be very still as you take a full inhale, cleansing breath. And a complete exhale. Let that go. Let us begin our practice. Inhaling through the nostrils. Full inhalation, exhaling out the mouth. Find your rhythm, your pace, your breath. Inhale through the nostrils. Full inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Break the exhale up into 2 parts. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale out the mouth. Break the exhale up into 3 parts. Inhale through the nostrils. Finding your rhythm, go with your breath. Exhale, break the exhale up into 4 parts. Continue the pattern. Inhaling nose. Exhaling mouth, adding an exhale. Continuing to add an exhale and a until we get to 8-part exhale. If you finish before me, just be still. If you finish after me, don't worry, we'll wait, we'll be still. 8-part exhale if you're with me. Gently retain the breath out, so just be still. And then inhale, cleansing breath. Exhale. And then we're going to flip now. We're going to inhale through the mouth and exhale through the nostrils, out the nose. Inhale through the mouth. Break the exhale out the nose up into 2 parts. Continuing the pattern. Inhale, mouth. Exhale, nose, 3 parts. Inhale, mouth. Exhale, nose, 4 parts. Continue your rhythm, your breath, your pace, your practice. Inhaling, mouth. Exhaling, nose. Eight-part exhale if you're with me. Gently retain the breath out. Just be still. Allow everything to settle. Notice your experience. Notice what's shifted for you. As you're ready, inhale. Exhale. Let the breath stabilize. Come back to whatever is normal now. No shaping. Just be still for a moment and breathe. Be there with the inhale. Follow the inhaling without any need to shape or change. Just noticing. Follow the exhale out. Let it go. Release what's no longer needed. Notice the shift in your experience from this simple breath practice. And then, as you are ready, come around to your mat. We're going to begin in child's pose today, or wisdom pose. So, knees in line with the hips, or if you choose, take your knees wide so that the torso can drop between the thighs. Press the hips back toward the heels. Let the chest fall toward the thighs. Let the forehead come toward the mat. Walk the hands out into an extended child's pose initially. Pop up on the fingertips and then press into the fingertips and use the pressing into the fingertips to help tease your hips back toward your heels. And then release your hands, release your arms, release your head. And then release the arms back by the feet, palms up, relaxing the shoulders. This is your wisdom pose. Is there wisdom in this pose? Maybe roll your head lightly side to side, massaging from temple to temple. Just feeling into this, waking up. When we inhale, take the arms forward. On the exhale, press the hips slightly back toward the heels. Just feeling that little bit of micro movement there, perhaps. And then we're going to begin to move from here. On the inhale, just bring your body forward into a modified plank, pressing into the fingertips and the heel of the palm, lengthening through the crown, bringing the heart forward. On the exhale, press the hips back toward the heels. Back into your extended child's pose. And then just do that a couple times at your rhythm and your pace, your breath and your practice. Gentle movement here, just waking up the body. Nothing too exotic here in our practice today. We're just feeling into what it is like to move with the breath. Let the breath lead you into so when the movement starts with the breath, it ends when the breath ends. One more time. And exhale back. Inhale forward, and then just lower yourself down onto your belly. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, thumbs at the breast line. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Bring the elbows toward the hips. Lengthen. Bring your chin, nose, or forehead to the mat. Lengthen through the toes and through the crown. So maybe you feel your knees engaged, maybe not. Press lightly into the fingertips, but more importantly, lengthen through the crown. And feel that as you lengthen through the crown, the face may lift, the head may come up, the heart may come forward. Drop the shoulders down. This is your baby cobra posture. We're going to do some dynamic cobras here. So inhale here, find your full expression, bring the heart forward. Exhale, just let the torso fall back toward the mat. Move with your breath. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Maybe you're using your hand, excuse me. Maybe you're using your hands to help lift you a little higher, maybe not. Maybe you're picking up your hands on the inhale to feel what it's like to use your lower back muscles here, and whatever is right for you. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And then walk your hands out in front of you, and then bring your elbows in alignment with your shoulders. And then walk your elbows back underneath the shoulders so that the torso lifts. Now, in this posture, you're going to relax from the waist down. Let the pelvic bowl relax. Let the hips and legs relax. Let the toes relax. And you're lifting out of the elbows and through the crown. This is your Sphinx pose. Forearms are down. Maybe bring your hands to prayer, maybe not. Just breathe here, feeling that stretch through the abdomen, that lift of the heart, that lengthening through the crown. Breathing in and breathing out. Releasing from the waist down. So feel your lower back relax here. All those muscles you just used for your dynamic cobra, you're now releasing them. Breathe here, full inhale. And complete exhale. Now we're going to give a counter pose here. So take your palms down onto the mat and then walk your elbows out toward the wide side of your mat. And then bring your palms underneath your forehead. So stack your right hand atop your left. And then bring the forehead to the back of your right palm. So you're creating a little rounding in the upper. Excuse me. Excuse me, I have some congestion here. I can't talk today. You're going to create a little rounding in your upper back. And if you'd like to increase that rounding, you're going to walk your elbows back deeper toward your hips. And you're just going to feel that. If you're comfortable doing so, turn your toes out and your heels in. However, when you do that, you want to still be relaxed at the hips. So for some of us, that creates a little tension in the leg muscles because it's difficult. So just find a way you can be here. This is our crocodile pose. We're going to just breathe here for a full inhale and a complete exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale here. Exhale here. On your next inhale, walk your elbows back out. Release your hands back by your hips. Turn your right cheek and ear to the mat. Bring your heels and toes together. And then let your heels fall open and just take a breath into the belly, into the abdomen. Notice your abdomen is on the mat, so you may feel a little constriction there. Breathe down into the abdomen. And then breathe out. Inhale here, bring your nose, head, face back to the mat. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Curl the toes and press into the ball of the feet. Feel the knees engage. Press into the fingertip and the heel of the palm. And then as you press into your hip fingertips and press back through your heels, you may feel the core engage a little bit. And as you inhale, press yourself up to a plank posture. Take a breath here as you lengthen through the crown and press back through the heels. And then as you exhale, let the hips lift toward the ceiling and toward the wall behind you. The crown of the head will drop toward the mat. The chest and stomach will move back toward the thighs. The heels will drop toward the bottom of your mat. This is your downward facing dog. Take a full inhale here. And a complete exhale here. Reach back through the heels, press back, relax through the back, let the entire back side of the body feel long and strong and steady here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Look up between your hands. Exhale. Walk your feet forward. Little gentle steps, little baby steps. Bring your feet between your hands. We're going to come into our forward fold. Finding your release of your hands. Now, if you like to brace here for support, maybe grab opposite elbow in front of or even behind the legs. Maybe just grab your shins or your ankles. Whatever's appropriate for you to support yourself here, but you're trying to lift the hips toward the ceiling as you relax the crown toward the mat, bringing the forehead toward the shins and breathing deep. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Let's support ourselves, brace ourselves by placing the palms against the shins on the inhale. Press the palms, straighten the arms, support the back, coming flat, parallel with the mat. Breathe in behind the heart, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. As you exhale, release the head, release the hands, forward fold. Bend the knees slightly. Feel the weight supported in the feet, and then slowly roll the torso upright, one vertebra at a time. As the torso comes upright, the shoulders will naturally roll up and down. The fingers will extend toward the mat. The crown will go long toward the ceiling. Turn the palms forward and breathe in. Full inhale. Feel your support now in your feet. Root into the feet. Feel the inside and outside of the ball of the foot, the inside and outside of the heel of the foot, and then the toes, providing that additional support here. Lengthen out of the waist, up the side body, and out of the crown. Breathe in. As you breathe in, check into your heart space, check your gratitude, check your intention. Find yourself standing on your own 2 feet. On your inhale, take the arms high. On the exhale, lean to your left. Just bump that right hip. Stay long out of both arms and both legs. Tendency to collapse on that lower side. Stay long. Exhale. Maybe look up under that right armpit. Feel that opening in the right side body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lean to the right, bumping that left hip. Stay long out of both legs, both arms, opening across the left side body. Find that length. Inhale here. Exhaling. Inhale, come back to center. Get long through the fingertips and the crown. Maybe you feel like you're doing a back bend, but maybe you're just reaching straight up. Maybe your fingertips are touching the ceiling. And then exhale, bring the hands through prayer and release the arms, roll the shoulders, take a breath, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, hinge at the hips, press the hips back toward the wall behind you. Find that parallel to the mat, and then continue forward fold. Inhale here, lengthen the hips up and long. Exhale, release the forehead to the shins. Inhale, come to a flat back, support on the shins if you like. Exhale, come into a forward fold. Step your right foot back into a lunge. Bend into that left knee, drop the hips, find your length. Press back through the right heel, lift the right thigh. Feel that runner's lunge. You're in the starting blocks, you're ready to go. You're about to beat Usain Bolt. See how old I am? I don't even know who the current sprinters are. That's what happens when you get old. You lose your cultural and social references. All right. Find that length through the crown and through the right heel, and then drop your right knee in the top of your right foot. Press back and down into the right foot and right knee, down into the left knee. Bring your hands to your left knee. Stack the palms. Straighten the arms to support the torso and lengthen through the crown. This is your supported low lunge. Breathe in. Exhale, sink the hips down and in. Inhale, take the arms high. Interlock the thumbs, interlace the fingers, press the palms. Maybe your hands don't touch. It's okay. It's all good. Look up, breathe in. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bring the hands through prayer. Frame the foot. Curl the toes and lift the right knee. Step the right foot forward to join the left. Come into your forward fold. Inhale, supporting on the shins if you need, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root and rise. Gather as you go through tall mountain. Exhale, release the hands. Roll the shoulders, take a breath. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, lean to the right. Stay long out of both arms and legs. Inhale here. Exhale, maybe go a little deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Get long. Exhale, lean to the left. Stay long out of both arms and legs. Inhale here, get long. Exhale, maybe go a little deeper. Inhale, come back to center, get long. Exhale, maybe reach a little higher. Maybe bring the hips a little forward. Maybe lift through the crown. Maybe a little back bend. Exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hinge and fold, forward fold. Full inhale, lift the hips, drop the head. Exhale, place the hands beside the feet, step the left foot back into a lunge. Again, press back through the left heel, down into the ball of the left foot. Lengthening through the crown while simultaneously pressing back, finding your full length in this runner's lunge. Breathe in. And breathe out. Drop the left knee to the top of the left foot. Lengthen down into the left knee and down into the right heel. And then bring the hands to the right knee. Stack the palms the opposite way. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the torso. Exhale, staying long through the crown. Sink into your supported low lunge. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, take the arms high. Find your hand position for you. Anjaneyasana on this side. Full inhalation. Stay long through the fingers and the crown. Exhale, sink the hips in. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the hands down through prayer. Curl the toes of the left foot. Lift the left knee. Step the left foot forward to join the right forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, root and rise. Gather as you go. Exhale, release the hands. Whew. All right. Let's see. I was going to do twist seated, but we're doing standing today, okay? So we're going to bring ourselves, step yourself away to the wide side of your mat so that you have room. Take your feet slightly outside of your shoulders, maybe not so far, maybe just slightly outside the shoulders. So you're in a nice stable posture here. You're going to bend the knees slightly so you have that stability. You're going to take the arms out from the shoulders. And then as you inhale, we're going to just twist the body to the left, bringing the right hand to the heart. On the exhale, we'll twist the body to the right, bringing the left hand to the heart. So inhale left, exhale right. Just begin to move this gentle movement. Stable base, supported through the feet. Slightly wider than the shoulders, so you have a nice stable base. Knees slightly bent to support you here. And we're not trying to go anywhere. We're already here. Just gentle twist. We're opening the body. Little twisting motion here. Finding your breath. Moving with your breath. Inhale left, exhale right. Couple more here. Just generating a little movement of that energy through the body. Get all that up and down. Now we're doing a little bit of round and round. One more time here. As you know, come back to center, bring both hands over the heart. And just be still. You can heel toe your feet in a little bit so they're in line with your hips. And breathe in. Notice your experience. Release the hands. Prepare for, we're going to do some squats. So your squat is your squat. Your squat is to that place where your heels begin to come off the mat. That's your edge. Just do that. So for some of you, it may just be a little bitty movement. Maybe you have a chair to hold on to. I'll have a bolster here. I'll demonstrate bolster as support. You can hold your bolster, helping you, supporting you at whatever height is appropriate for you. Finding your squat. If you're not supporting yourself on a chair or bolster, you bring your arms out from your shoulders, palms down. Turn the feet slightly out to provide that support. Feel the support. Before we act, we have our support. Support is in the feet, so we're feeling into that support. I like to imagine there's an imaginary wall behind my head, my shoulders, and my hips. On the exhale, we're just going to slide down that wall. On the inhale, we'll come sliding back up. So find your rhythm and your pace and your breath in your practice. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Sliding up and down that imaginary wall, feeling into the hips, back of the legs in particular engaged here. Calves, thighs, hamstrings, glutes, QL, TBA, that's quadrilaterus and transverse abdominis, muscles in the backside of the torso. Working with our breath, engaging fully, moving energy, present, calm, steady, focused on the breath, moving within our own body. Couple more here. Inhale up. Exhale, release the hands, turn the toes back in underneath the feet, underneath the hips. Lengthen the crown. Just be still. If you're comfortable, close your eyes, but if not, if you lose your balance, don't. Just keep your eyes narrowed. Something not moving just beyond the tip of your nose. Let everything settle. Feel into the energetic movement in your body. Ooh. Now we're going to continue to move that energy up and down the body, doing our pulse. So turn off the long end of your mat again. I should say off the short end, so you have room here. And we're just going to simply inhale. Your arms will go high, tall mountain. Exhale. We're going to come down into a modified chair. Release the hands. Maybe bring the hands back and up behind the body. Inhale. We lift and lengthen. Exhale. Release the hands. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Cannon breath out the mouth. Find your rhythm. Your pace. Your breath. Your practice. Moving with the breath. Pushing that energy up and down the spine, in and out the body. Rooting on the inhale, releasing on the exhale, feeling into freedom and presence. No need to overdo anything here. The cannon breath can tend to be, we tend to get excited on ourselves. Remember, we're calm and we're steady and we're focused on the breath and we're moving within our own body. One more here. Inhale up. Exhale. Release the hands. Let everything settle for a moment. Be very still. Take a cleansing breath. Full inhale. And a complete exhale. And then come seated. We're going to do our next little bit of breath work here. Okay. We're going to engage in a little bit of breath of fire here. Now, if you are pregnant or on your menstrual cycle, please do not engage the diaphragm and pump the diaphragm. Please just do long, deep yogic breath, full inhale, complete exhale. Otherwise, if you choose, you're going to add a little Bastrika or bellows effect by pumping the diaphragm. On the exhale, you pull the diaphragm back and down, and then you release the diaphragm out and up on the inhale. And then the movement, we have 3 separate arm movements here. Let me get set up so we don't overdo anything. Okay. All right. So our first movement, the arms will be out and we'll be circling the hands, small circles, round and back with the breath. So will be that. The second movement, and I'll cue this as we do it though. The arms will come up and they'll cross and switch to cross each time. So the hands will cross in front or then behind. That'll be our second arm movement. Our third arm movement, we're going to bring the hands to prayer at the third eye. We'll be here literally 1 minute each. So find your supported posture, lengthen through your spine, engage in the present moment, check with your gratitude and your intention. Take a cleansing breath, full inhale. Complete exhale. Bring the arms out. Inhale to begin. And exhale. Begin to circle your arms with that breath of fire or that long, deep breath, depending upon your practice. You're going to find your rhythm and your pace for your breath in your practice. So you may be going shorter, faster breaths than me or longer or slower breaths. It's absolutely okay. It's your practice. Just settle in. Be very still. If the arms get confusing and you lose the breath, then just stop the arm movement. Stay with the breath. It's about the breath. Continue the breath, but begin this arm movement. The arms cross in front and then behind with the breath. Continuing your, and again, find your rhythm, which may change here because this is a longer arm movement. And so you may find that your breath, or you've adapted your movement or your breath in order to support that longer arm movement. Don't overthink it. Don't stress about, did I cross them right? Did I mess? Just be in the breath. Continue the breath, but bring the hands to prayer at the third eye. Thumbs lightly touching that brow point, continuing your breath. Your rhythm, your pace. your breath, your practice. Focus at the third eye, body very still. Awareness of the breath in the nostrils. Focus at the brow point. Fully engaged here, fully present. Total focus. Gratitude and intention coming to inform action. On your next inhale, take a full inhalation. Gently retain this breath while lifting at the base of the spine, at the pelvic bowl. Relaxing the shoulders. Tuck the chin slightly. Let everything come to the center of your being. Stay focused at the third eye, very still. Notice your experience. Be in yourself. Be in your practice. Be in the effect of your efforts for your being. And then release your locks, release your breath, release your arms. Take a cleansing breath, full inhale. Complete exhale. And allowing the breath to restore. No shaping of the breath, body or the mind. Just be still for a moment. Let everything settle. Notice, what is the effect of your practice on your mind state? Can you feel the separation and then integration of your being across the 5 bodies? What is it like to practice presence, gratitude? What is it like to be supported in your practice? As calmly and as gently as you can, make your way onto your back on your mat. Take the legs long, the crown long. Bring the knees into the ceiling and the heels toward the hips. Lengthen through the crown, feel your lower spine on the mat. Take the left leg long and then high. Reach up behind the left leg, pull the left knee toward the face, create a little space, and then cross the left thigh tightly atop the right. So you're pressing the back of the left thigh into the top of the right thigh. That left foot is outside the right calf, or if you have the flexibility, maybe you can even hook it around. Take your arms outside 60 to 90 degrees to create some space. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, let both knees just fall gently over to the right, letting gravity and the weight of the legs do the work. Keeping the shoulders down and relaxed, particularly that left shoulder. Maybe look over your left shoulder to release any tension in the neck or shoulders, and breathe here deeply, allowing the knees to fall away from the face. And again, there's nowhere to go, so there's no need to be exerting or trying to get somewhere. You're already here. Just breathe deep across the front of the body and into the back of that left hip. Take a full inhale or a complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Breathe in. Breathe out. On your next inhale, gently bring your head and your knees back to neutral. Take the left leg high. Again, reach up behind the left leg. Just pull the knee toward the face a little bit and then release the left leg long. And then bring the left knee back toward the ceiling, the heels toward the hips. Take the right leg long and then lift the right leg high. Press toward the ceiling. Reach up behind the right leg. Bring the right knee toward the face a little bit. Create some space. And then cross the right thigh tightly atop the left, pressing the back of the right thigh against the top of the left thigh, finding length through the crown. The lower back is supported here. Take the arms out. Inhale. Exhale. Let both knees fall over to the left. Again, noticing maybe difference on this side. You want to keep that back and upper shoulders, particularly that right shoulder, relaxed. Maybe you look over that right shoulder to release the top of the shoulder blades in the neck. You allow weight and the weight of the legs and gravity to do the work here as you're just gently opening across the front of the body and down into the back of that right hip. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On the inhale, gently bring the knees and head back to neutral. Take the right leg high, reach up behind the right leg, pull the right knee toward the face, and then release the right leg long. Release the left leg long to join it. Let your toes fall open. Let your heels move as wide as is comfortable for you on your mat. Let your hands come down by your hips, palms up. Lengthen the crown and then pull down on the side ribs. Feel the lower spine supported. And if you choose to take a moment here to provide yourself with any additional supports that you may want in this posture, maybe you have an eye cloth, maybe you have a blanket or a shawl, maybe you have a bolster, anything that will provide you perhaps 1% more support. Go ahead and avail yourself of that now. And then allow yourself to let go. Release. Feel the full back of your body being supported. Feel what it is like to be held in gravity. Release and relax into that support. This is your rest. Give yourself the gratitude and credit for allowing yourself this moment of rest, this gift you give to yourself, this place of just pure being, nothing to do, nowhere to go, just being, allowing yourself to release, to be held, to be supported. And in that allowing, in that supporting, in that being, noticing perhaps how the energies of your practice now begin to integrate and become the healing of your mind, of your body, of your soul. This is a healing practice, an opportunity to be whole, W-H-O-L-E, whole and complete. Whole, the root word from the Latin for health. Our word health derives from the Latin word for whole. This is your opportunity to be whole, to allow yourself to just be. Feel into what it is like to release and be held and be supported, to release any analysis of the practice, to release any shaping of the mind, of the body, of the breath, to let go and just be for a moment. To see if in this next few moments, in this space of silence, we can find true stillness. And if perchance you find that your attention has wandered away, I invite you to bring gratitude to that noticing, and then to gently and compassionately return your focus to your breath. On your next inhale, I invite you to begin to reacclimate and reconnect with your body by wiggling your toes and your fingers, maybe rotating your ankles and your wrists. And continue to add movement to the reconnecting, maybe stretching the arms long, the legs long for a big good morning stretch. Maybe rubbing the soles of the feet and the hands together, maybe rocking a little bit side to side, whatever you need to do to reacclimate yourself, to reconnect with yourself, and to prepare yourself to return to your seated posture. And as you are ready, and only as you are ready, gently return yourself to that seated posture. Reclaim your seat, reconnect with your supports, reestablish yourself in your seat. Feeling into your supports, lengthening through your spine, reconnecting with that posture, feeling into the support of that posture, and then reconnecting with your breath. And then as you choose and as you're ready, I invite you to once again float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space, and to allow to arise in your heart space perhaps one more thing for which you are grateful. And then take a moment now to witness yourself here in gratitude in your space. And as you sit in gratitude in your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from this space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice. I'm honored to be here, truly. And as always, in closing, I invite you to stay here, a grateful witness. Hold this feeling, hold this space, hold this opportunity to just be for as long as you like. And perhaps more importantly, when you do rise, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.